Do you want this as badly as you want to breathe? It's all nice and googly when we are talking about it. Then it comes to working it into existence. Nothing is going to get better by chance. It's going to get better by change. Welcome once again to the Motivational Maniac Podcast. It is I, yours truly, Thando Nkonyana. I'm back with another segment of the current state of mind. We greet this episode in the holy name of Shiva. This is recorded on the 20th of June, 2025. We're grateful. Halftime. We're halfway through the year. And it's a matter of us reflecting, most importantly, on the progress that we have made. It's so easy. It's really so easy for you to focus on what has gone wrong. But for once, we need to focus on what has gone right, what has gone your way. It's not as bad as you think it is, actually. Grateful to the Holy One, the one who's above us, who looks over us, the one who knows our plans before the plans have been made. He knew us before we were born. He knew us before we were even in our mother's womb. We are grateful, Almighty Shiva, for you still having a presence in everything that we do. And I'm grateful for the fact that still you are giving me strength every single day to face what is in my pathway. Because that's one of the fundamental and most important things, that you need to be available for your struggle. The reason why you need to be available for your struggle is because that's where your strength lies. And this current state of mind is going to be more about what have you gained more than what you've lost, because what you lost was not even yours in the first place. I just want us to go on a temperament on this one, that everything is temporary in life, even struggle itself. And right at that moment when that struggle is actually going on, you literally think that this is all that there is. I want to remind you, brother and sister, that what you're going through right now is not permanent. Even life itself is not permanent. But there is a power that within us that we possess, that we have a responsibility to actually tune into, so that we can be able to get ourselves out of what we found ourselves in. Anything worth having in this life is going to come with challenges and difficulties. The life that you want is going to take blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to take struggle. There are going to be days where you're not going to believe in it. There are going to be days where you're going to believe in it. But the most fundamental thing is that every single day you are moving that needle, consciously and unconsciously, and in ways that we don't see, that what we actually want is actually coming through. But in our mind, we have an expectation of how things should unfold. And one thing I love about our Creator is the fact that He will see you making plans, and He knows that those plans are not good for you. And He will ruin those plans because He's already seen the outcome of those plans. Whatever I lost was not mine in the first place. There's nothing to gain. There's nothing to lose. You only have to live. And we associate ourselves so much about everything that fails in our life that we forget that you didn't fail. It failed. It didn't work out. There's nothing wrong with you. You tried. It didn't work out. You need to move on to the next thing. It takes guts. It takes willpower. But fundamentally, it takes you making a decision. Have time. How did we start? Where we currently are? And where do we hope or out to be? It's all boiling down to decision. I want you today to just make a decision. Make a decision. Only you can determine whether that decision is going to be right or wrong for you, but you need to make a decision. I made a decision. I chose my suffering. I chose my pain. And once you choose what you want, it's going to come with difficulty. It's going to come with a lot of things that you didn't sign up for. But because it's difficult, now you're going to kick out. State of mind. That's what my cap says. State of mind. What state of mind are you in? Do you want this as badly as you want to breathe? It's all nice and googly when we are talking about it. Then it comes to working it into existence. Nothing is going to get better by chance. It's going to get better by change. I'm sitting in a boat and we are sailing through rocky seas. Some are drowning. Some have lost faith. But I decided I'm going to hang on. When the roller coaster is going down, that is when you must hang on. Because there is always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. And even if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, sometimes you are the light. Brother and sister, I want you to dwell on your strength. Do you realize how unique and important you are? The Creator doesn't make a life without significance. You are significant. But because half time came and the plans you have made have not come into fruition, doesn't mean we stop. We stop for nobody. Yes, we have hiccups. Yes, we put things on pause. Yes, we let our feelings get the best of us. Remember, we are the human animal. We can't divorce the emotions. We can't divorce the hormones. It's a true guide. But we can't let it all decide everything. Kanya Ndolana once said on the podcast, your head can think, your heart can't. Stop making decisions with your heart. Don't give your heart any more responsibility than pumping blood. Why are you giving your heart even more responsibility? Your heart can't think. Your mind can. 1 + 1, 2. That's your mind, not your heart. But it don't mean that you don't take your mind with you along. Yes, bring your heart with it, but take your mind, because it's your mind that can make decisions. Meaning, don't make emotional decisions. Don't be influenced by any emotional state that you find yourself in and make decision in that state. Because the majority of the decision that you made in an emotional state, tell me of one that has come your way. And I'll wait. They all ended in disaster. They all ended in hurt. And human beings are self-arrogant. You don't want to take that for when you are making a decision. That am I letting my emotions make these decisions? Did I bring my brain with me? What impact is this going to have in the 5 years me, which is the future version of you? You become what you do every day. When you self-sabotage, that's a way of demeaning yourself. When you procrastinate, that's a way you self-demean. Let's hold ourselves in high regard. Let's be available. for our own struggles. Let's take accountability, man. Adulthood has taught me a lot of things. Assume accountability for everything. Because you are assuming accountability doesn't mean everything is your fault. It don't mean that at all. Sometimes you think it is, but it don't mean that. Does that mean there's something wrong with you? Does that mean you're fucking up? Why you? My question is, why not you? Why not you? 90% of the stuff that we worry about never comes true. We worry about things that don't matter to us. And we wonder why we're miserable. I'm sitting in a rocky boat and the seas are rough. It's either I hang on and think this is all that is going to be, or I continue. I persevere. I remind myself of tough times and how important it is for me to hang on. Takes guts to be tired of your own excuses, your own bullshit. It's hard. We gotta meditate. We gotta work out. We gotta listen to stuff that we don't want to listen and hear about ourselves. But if we don't face it, how do you expect things to get better? I'm my own biggest critic. I criticize myself more. I feel like I'm not doing more. I should be doing more than what I'm currently doing right now. Because that's the standard I hold myself. I should be doing more. But you can only do as much with the time that we have. This past week, I heard very tragic news. Someone very close to me passed on. And that's a reminder that tomorrow is not guaranteed to nobody. You never know when you're going to see someone for the last time. And in actual fact, people don't remember what you did for them. They will always remember how you made them feel. Are you making people feel less or more of themselves? When you step away from people, how do they feel about themselves? Are you elevating? Or are you de-elevating? Are you taking or are you giving? Are you pouring unto others? Are you selfish about yourself? Because you can't give what you don't have. You can't give. You're going to meet situations where they always expect you to give. That is when you say, no, I can't give what I don't have. You can only do as much for people, bro. Up until a certain point. It don't have to make sense to nobody but you. Trust me, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Every single day, I feel like I'm losing ground. Because while you're procrastinating, someone is gaining ground. They're making the moves, taking action, and every single day, that thing compounds. It will compound. You think it don't matter? You think that one video that you post, Hannah, don't matter? Psst. Wait till you don't post it. and see how you're going to feel. You're going to be more worried about the shot that you didn't take. Worried about an outcome of something that you didn't even bother trying. Most of us don't even bother trying. We don't even come to the Colosseum. We walk into the ring defeated. It starts here. You have to be ferocious. And what works for you won't work for someone else. What worked for someone else won't work for you. Easy doesn't exist, man. Easy doesn't exist. And to be honest, I wouldn't like to have it any other way. I've decided that as hard as things may be, I'm still going to continue prospering. Why? Because that's a decision that I decided to make. At any point of your life, you have to make a decision that you are tired and fed up about not delivering, because it's results that matter. In most cases, people don't care what you're going through. You have to figure that out on your own. Like what happens in the background, that's your business, bro. That's your business. You have to figure shit out, bro. And trust me, you're gonna be battered, you're gonna be bruised. But one thing you don't do, Thando, you don't give up. Yes, you rest. Yes, you put some certain habits to bed. But one thing you don't do, you don't quit. You've come this far for you to quit, bro. Every single tribulation that was placed in front of you at one point you thought you wouldn't be able to overcome. But look at you now. Climbing mountains. Becoming a good climber. Bringing value. Not just to yourself, but to others as well. The brain forgets, but the heart, that's where I aim to be. And sometimes people might take your beliefs and want to correct you. I'm not trying to make people believe what I believe. I'm only trying to be here to share my experience of what I've encountered. If it can have an impact on you, and you could use it to point you back to yourself. I'm not saying I have all the truth. Shit, most of the time I'm wrong. But do I beat myself about it? I don't. I don't have shit figured out. I'm learning as I go. I'm winging it as I go. And that's one thing that I've truly embraced about life, is that you figure it out. Like, the obstacle is the way. You figure it out as you are doing it. So I just want to inspire. I just want to elevate. I just want to motivate. I want to point you back to yourself. I want accountability, honesty, gratitude, perseverance to be words that exist in your vocabulary. I want you to unlearn a lot of things that you have been taught, that you were thinking was right for you. Remember, what's right for someone else might not be right for you. But until you test it out, until you give yourself the initiative to see, does this actually work for me? And you move on. If it doesn't, you experiment. I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. So the journey still continues in discovering what works. And even when I found what works, there will be a point where it will become stale. Then I need to re-innovate. Learn every day. Adapt. Be mindful of my surrounding. I don't know everything. And that's cool. Because now it gives me initiative to look forward to something, to look forward to knowing. At any point in your life, never think you have it. Never think you have it figured out, because that could be the biggest mistake that you can ever make. That will prevent you from obtaining new information, new territories. We always think that our inspiration is always going to come from the things that we love the most. In most cases, it's going to come from the things that we don't love at all, things that we despise. My power of facing my fears always came through the things that I was afraid to face. But up until I faced those things, I never knew that the power that I have now, I possessed, actually existed unless I had to face those things. Was it comfortable? No, it wasn't. Was it scary? Hell yeah, it was. Was it worth it? Every single minute. Because every single day I turned up, I became less and less fearful. I didn't let fear dictate me. I let fear mobilize me. I felt the fear and I did it anyway. The battles that you fight on a daily basis in your own mind have been the biggest victories that you've ever had, young man. You, Thando. No one knows what's going on in this head. No one can be able to fight your demons for you except yourself. You gotta face it yourself. I'm pointing you back to you again. The things that we fail to take care of will eventually come back to haunt us. And I've heard this a lot when I grew up. You can run, but you can't hide. Better fix it now. Better face it now. It's gonna hurt, but it will heal, young man. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna be worth it. Because who you become because of it is gonna be someone that you can be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. When last did you hug yourself? When last did you affirm yourself positively? When last were you easy on yourself? When last did you take care of yourself? Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, in the book I'm reading right now, The 12 Rules of Life, treat yourself as someone that you care about. There are some of us who have an issue of treating other people better than we treat ourselves. We hold other people in high regard more than we hold ourselves in high regard. We have literally dedicated our lives to pleasing. I don't know the secret to success, but I know the secret to failure, and that's trying to please everyone. Bill Cosby said that. And I still hold those words very dear. If you want to be unhappy, try to please everyone. Not everyone is going to be impressed by you. But that's not your end goal. That's not your goal. As long as you are happy and accept you, that's what matters most. And this is something that I've seen that is a pandemic out there. We are so used to putting on this mask. And we weren't born with this. The world taught us this way, and we believed it. But as I grow older now, I start to realize that I need to unmask that. We become so addicted to the mask that we put on. It gets to a point where we think that is us. In actual reality, that's not you. That's the mask that you created. Because once you take that mask off, once you're alone, the real you comes out. The voices that nobody hears actually comes out. If you're not going to face them, they're going to get louder. And when you start to realize that they actually have gained access and they are more powerful than you actually think they are, they've taken over. Now you're ruled by them. Then your life starts having gaps. And you want to fill those gaps. And you start to fill them with garbage. Addiction. procrastination, bad company, all these things that contribute towards the downfall of the self. It takes discipline. It takes decision. It takes determination. The 3 Ds. Don't doubt yourself. You've come this far for you to give up. I want you to look back and be proud. And look forward and be optimistic. Because your past has nothing new to tell you. Your future does. That is what matters. The rear view mirror is small and the windscreen is bigger. There's a reason why. You can see back with the rear view mirror. But with the windscreen, you see forward. Look forward. Shake it off. Shake it off. Your past has nothing new to tell you. The best things are not in your past, they are in your future. And we create the future in the now. From here onwards, fix the chatter. Fix the self-talk. Treat yourself as someone you care about. Fill your cup. And once your cup has been filled and it's spilling, spill unto others. You're human as well. You also need to re-energize. But don't forget to love yourself. I want to say to the younger version of me, young man, thank you for having courage. There were decisions that you made that you thought were not beneficial to you, but look at what you have become right now. In the next couple of years, I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to thank you once again. Because what you have done has only taken you this far. To go even further forward, you need to do things differently. Continue to be the scientist. Continue to work in your lab. Continue to redefine you. You're a project. Every single day, get to the lab. Work on yourself. It's okay. Unlearn. Relearn. Shed that disbelief. Shed that self-doubt. Shed that self-sabotage. Shed everything that is not going to take you forward. Because the future, you can't get there with all this load that you have gathered in your past. There's a version of you that must be killed every single level that you get to. I killed the version of me that smoked. I killed the version of me that drank. Because that version of me was not disciplined. That version of me is not capable of the future version that I want to be. And that's a decision I made for myself. I'm not saying go out there and do what I did. But eventually there will come a place where, is what I'm doing making me better? Or is it making me worse? And that is the question I had to ask myself. When last were you sober, bro? When last were you sober? What are you running away from? What are you numbing? Chances are we're all running away from something. But I had to face those demons. Because nothing changes. You drink, you smoke, and you're going to be sober again, and those same problems are there waiting for you, packed up, like we're ready for you. You thought we were going to go away? The answers are not found at the bottom of the bottle. Hence why alcohol companies always leave a tag on the alcohol. Drink responsibly. Drink responsibly. Health is wealth. Most importantly. Kings and queens, don't forget to love you. Take care of you. Put you first. And make sure that today you make a decision so that tomorrow can be better. Maybe you need to go back to basics. You do have the power to do it. But up until you face you, nothing is going to change. I want to thank everyone who's gotten up until this point. I want to thank you, Thando. I want to thank you, young man, for being a vessel. I'm only just a vessel. The Almighty is just using me. I'm at His disposal. And if I don't take care of the gift that He possessed and He provided me, He can take it away. If I can take it for granted, it can be taken away. Nothing is permanent, even where you are. But thank you, Lord, for the roof over my head, the clothing on my back, the brain, the mind I have, my family. I'm grateful that I have a family. I'm grateful I have employment. I'm grateful I have a daughter I love. I'm grateful for everyone who I get to meet in my pathway. I'm grateful for the challenges, because without them, I don't become great. Thank you for planting this seed in me. And thank you for giving me the initiative every day to continue to grow that seed. I'm the Motivational Maniac. My name is Thando Nkonyana. This is another segment of my current state of mind. Namaste and shalom.